What it do, y'all? PaisliePanda here. Thank you so much for checking out my video. Today, we're going to go over the beta updates and bug fixes for Ghost Hunters Core. This will be my first time checking it out alongside y'all. Hello, Hunters. We're updating the pre-production beta branch with new updates, fixes, and changes. Our greatest desire in recent weeks has been to enrich the gameplay and bring even more to Ghost Hunters Core. One of the central focuses of this update is the appearance of a new entity, which we will let you discover in-game, or further into the patch notes. An additional huge improvement is the widely requested feature of push-to-talk. You can now feel more confident hunting ghosts with friends, even with distracting background noise. 2 hotfixes. We've fixed Russian voice recognition. We've slightly increased the aggression of the fallen entity. Fixed the walkie-talkie HUD icon. It will now appear correctly when you have team voice disabled. Fixed team voice. The entity can now hear you if you have team voice deactivated. Added the option to disable push-to-talk sound effect. Russian translation updated. Fixed walkie-talkie sound effect. You will no longer hear your teammates activate the walkie-talkie if you have team voice disabled. Increased the chances to see the fallen entity in the pre-production beta. Here we have updates and additions. Language and vocal. Surprise! They've added push-to-talk and HUD icons. If push-to-talk is enabled, this will also apply to communicating with the entity. After enabling push-to-talk, the default key for push-to-talk will be V. The key for walkie-talkie radio has not changed and will remain T. Chinese. Some minor adjustments and additions to the text and vocal language. Any non-translated text will appear in the game in English. Some text may be translated with Google Translate. If you wish to submit language corrections or translations, please do so by visiting our translation page. Made some slight additions and adjustments to the English vocal voice recognition phrases. To see all current voice lines, which are recognized in the game, click here. Gameplay imbalance. We've added a new entity type, the Fallen. This entity is not scared of the Mary statue or the crucifix. Fallen entities become extremely upset if you approach them or look at them for too long. Be careful, hunters. This entity will require traditional defensive tools like the instant camera, the neutrino gun, or the assault shotgun to defend yourself. I'm already in love. We've made it so that players who are playing the pre-production version of the game can no longer play with people who are playing the public main branch of the game. We did this as a safety measure and to be sure the game continues to function correctly in multiplayer. Ghost, AI, and behavior. Entities will now teleport away a lot less frequently. We've adjusted entity aggression. Some entities will be slightly less aggressive in general now. Be warned when a team of ghost hunters entered a haunted location and start spamming the entity with commands. The entity tends to not like it very much. Who'd have thought? User interface. We've added some red text to extreme difficulty missions after selecting the contract. Equipment. We've added an additional free instant camera to simple contract starter items. Made some minor adjustments to the way the EMF detector works. I'm excited to check those out and very fair considering the most recent update with the Fallen. Bug fixes. Equipment. Bugged entity animations, where entities switch from standing to crawling very rapidly, have been mostly fixed. Entities who are standing up should stand up and not flicker up and down anymore. Ghost AI and behavior. We found and fixed several severe issues which cause entities to not move around or wander the haunted locations. User interface. Pressing M, the mute self-toggle, will now correctly change the mute option in the tablet settings. Maps and generation. We have fixed a pile of books in France, the Pianist Manor. They could be cursed but unmovable. They should be movable by the players now. We have applied a correction to the vehicle door, which should hopefully prevent it from becoming stuck closed during a contract. We have fixed the broken and spinning doors bug on the new USA family home map, Japan bamboo temple map, and Barony Gunther map. We have fixed several surface writing, surface drawing, and pentagrams in the USA family home. They should no longer be floating. We have fixed the guitar that spawns upstairs in the Lost House. It shouldn't spawn in the center of the floor anymore. General gameplay. Players will now correctly receive 2.5 times money reward per cursed object returned in extreme difficulties. Sign me up. Once again, thank you for reading, and thank you very much for your continued support and feedback. There are many more changes, updates, and fixes in the coming update, and the full patch notes will be available once we've released the update to the public pre-production beta branch. Don't forget your crucifixes and your Mary statues. The Ghost Hunter Core team. Fancy seeing you here. I am Paisley from the future. Or the past. There have been some updates to Ghost Hunter's Core since I have recorded. And I think it's important that I add those in. So, go ahead and get on top of those updates so that way you could be better equipped for the hunts. Alrighty, so this was posted on the 3rd of February. Public update and bug fixes. Hello, Entity Hunters. The Fallen has arrived on the public pre-pod branch, accompanied by many additions, improvements, and changes. Many of you have already given us your feedback on this update, and it has been very well received. If you want to see or review the additions and changes made in the January 27th update, click on this link. I mentioned here about the link, although we just covered that update, so you don't have to worry about that at all. We're just continuing now. We gathered feedback during the week of the beta, made some changes and fixes. Here are the details of these changes. Updates and additions. It has several here. Korean, mini corrections and updates. French, small correction. Russian, small correction. English, change the name of the contracts from Simple Short Investigation to Simple Short Contract. This will be applied to all contracts and difficulties. English, updated the mission difficulty description to be more concise and understandable. Any non-translated text will appear in the game in English. Some text may be translated with Google Translate. If you wish to submit language corrections or translations, please do so by visiting. And then there's a link provided. Again, everything that you need will be down below for you. Ghost, AI, and behavior. Entities are now able to provide ghostly voice on-site evidence, as well as EVP evidence during an attack. Fallen. We've made it so the Fallen will no longer attack the player every time the Exorcism book is read. Whew, that does sound a bit excessive. Bug fixes. Maps and generation. Lost House. We found and corrected a problem that allowed players to get underneath the house. Yes. Underneath the house. I know. Pianist Manor. We've corrected a roll of toilet paper which could be cursed, but was not movable by players. No joke here. It's not intended. All maps. We've corrected several issues with doors having rubber-like bounce to them when opened. This, hopefully, could help solve the problem of the kick-flipping door bug. We are continuing to investigate what is causing doors to do skateboarding tricks. You gotta give it to the devs. I mean, I love these patch notes. I really do. I love where we're going with this. Wow. Wow. You had me at skateboarding tricks, honestly. I hope this has been helpful for you. Also like to give a special shout out to our patrons of the page. Thank you so incredibly much for your support, as it means the world. Because you don't have to, but you did, and I appreciate you very much. Thank you so fucking much for taking the time to check out my video. If you don't mind clicking like and or subscribe, it does greatly help. It's free and it means the world to me. Again, much love, many blessings, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks, y'all.